Yo, alebuele la posori. Uyo, nile sawa salire story. Tapane forimba kikafwe moso. Chambo chanoa, wawa muwato wanoa. Nokuwamba na tubomba sofa. Tatwa kaleke story. Muchambo chanoa, wawa muwato wanoa. Nokuwamba na tubomba sofa. Tatwa kaleke story. Alebuele la pool, na foot, alebuele la pool, 2021, alebuele la pool. Sometimes in a boy kawa baula, wake up and tibionsa put down daula. Sometimes in a boy kawa dasha, etu wamba no roba tila tawalasha. Mona fecha lo chesa bochawama, tola ukeri dile tola samwa. Wasa we antanshu utabamona, varolela fedefwe wetukapona. Kena vaishi wapyo kukondema, tapari wabawino kama ovena. Kati yuwe na nilesa pewa sala.
This evening, welcome to the Voice of the Apostles. This is Prophetess Trish, your host. We are back live here again as we are pushing it through and just, getting excited as we draw closer. Again, you are welcome on the Voice of Apostles. We are dealing with the program Think, Pray, and Vote. And remember, we said every Monday and Thursday, we bring aspiring candidates who are wanting to get in the office. And so last week, just last Monday, we had Wilson Kango, and we promised that on Thursday, we were definitely going to bring in another aspiring mayoral for, and this is no other than Jones Kaliati. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Thank you. Good evening, viewers.
How are you today?
I'm very well. Thank you.
Thank you for coming through this program. We are, and we just want to
kulila muzambia tatwatalalwa kwenkondo namulifyonse fye twapitamo tatulaba one Zambia, one nation kumfumulesa
My Zambia, my identity, if of your love, if of your love. My Zambia, my identity, if of your love, if of your love.
Lord, like I said, we are back on the Voice of the Apostles with a program called Think, Pray, and Vote. And I'm excited this evening in the studio as we promised that we'll be bringing all the aspiring mayors in the house to just know more about them. Remember, we had a town hall meeting that we had last Saturday, but the time was not enough. So we thought, okay, why don't we just bring them and let them extrapolate themselves more? And I'm excited this evening just to bring in Honorable Jones Kaliati is in the house, and he will be sharing more about who he is and just to get to know more about what he's standing for. And allow me to welcome Honorable Jones Kaliati. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, thank you, and how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's good to have you on this program. Everyone is excited. So wherever you are, please make sure you call everyone to share the link. Go to YouTube, Gets of Glory, and share and just comment. And this is how we're going to run this program. As usual, as we start discussing, you're free to pass your comments, to ask any questions. But please know that we will be able to answer all those questions after we are done with the interview that we are having with the Honorable. So feel free to ask any questions in regards to him standing as a mayor and any other questions that you may have relating to the politics and everything else. So we want to make sure that we get all those questions. And once the interview is done, we will be able to definitely answer those questions loud and clear. So let's get drilling. Honorable sir, I'm so excited to have you here.
It's always exciting to be here.
Yeah. Are we going to start with a quick introduction as usual? We want to know who Jones Kaliati is. When people say, you know, we want to know what's your brief definition of who you are, where you're coming from, little backgrounds, you know, are you a grandfather? Are you married, children? Which is just a little bit of a background of who you are.
Okay. So my names are Jones Kaliati.
Yes, sir.
I'm in my mid-40s. I have lived in Ndola all my life.
Wow.
I am a married man.
Okay.
With 4 children.
Okay.
I was educated right in Ndola. I started my primary school in Chifubo's St. Bonaventure Primary School. Then I went to secondary school, Kansenshi. I completed my grade 12 at Chifubo Secondary School.
Yes.
Thereafter, I went to Nortec and did auto electrical engineering. I further went on and I went to this college just in the neighborhood and did NATEC, National Accounting Technician course, which is accounts. After that, I did a bit of Christian leadership under the Potter's House of England. Went further. Started for my certificate in law, and currently I've been at the university studying political science.
Okay. So,
and by the way, I'm a Christian. I congregate with the New Life Christian Center here in Ndola.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Awesome. Now, Honorable, you are standing as a mayor, and the question that and you seem to be standing with 7 others. So we're talking about 7 people who think they deserve to be in that office, and you're one of the people who feel like you want to be that. So the question then is, why are you standing as a mayor?
Okay. Firstly, I would want people to understand that I've been in politics from way back. In my primary school days, I have served as a councillor in Chifubo, in Chifubo ward, from 2006 to 2011. For me, it's largely a graduation. I have served as a councillor, where in Chifubo you will find my footmarks. I really performed very well, and I had this cry from the people. They said, no, if we had this guy and worked very well, performed to expectation, he is the right person that can drive the city of Ndola. And much more, other than just having been a politician on the ground that has been a councillor, that has been in political leadership. I've served in politics from the section. I went to the branch. I went to the constituents. I went to the district. I've even served at the provincial level, in politics. I'm currently serving as a district secretary for the Patriotic Front here in Ndola. So you realize that political leadership has been in me. Okay. It has been my instinct, so to say. Having been given a chance adopted on the Patriotic Front ticket, one thing that I did was to recollect myself and come up with a plan on how I'm going to oversee on the running of the council here in Ndola. So
Okay.
I got a number of areas to pick issues from. I'm one person that has understood the Local Government Act. I got the Local Government Act. I got the PF manifesto, which is so profound, and I consulted the people, and I came up with a strategy, with a way on how I'm going to run the city of Ndola, given a chance to be there by the owners of the city, who are the people of Ndola.
Okay. So, Honorable, you had an option to be independent and to run around any other parties. What was the motivation behind you choosing the Patriotic Front? Was there a reason behind?
Okay. Firstly, I didn't have a reason. I didn't have a reason to go independent.
Okay.
I wish to mention that I'm one of the founding members of the Patriotic Front. I started when we started the Patriotic Front, when it was started in 2001. I was one of the youngest, boys that were running around and shouting "Power to Pamaka" behind the founding father, the late President Michael Chilufya-Sata, with other leaders across the country. So what has happened is that the ideologies, the philosophies, the beliefs of the Patriotic Front are so inculcated in me that I understand the basics, the ideologies, the philosophies on which the PF was founded on, and I didn't have a choice, any other choice other than to stand on the Patriotic Front, because it is the party that we started, the party that I believe in, whose ideologies I believe in, whose ideas and philosophies I believe in. There are times previously that have been left. In 2016, I had wanted to contest as a member of parliament for Chifubu constituency.
Okay.
When I was not adopted, yes, there was also that chance to go independent or maybe join another political party. I couldn't do that because that's not in me. What is in me is the understanding that PF is in me and my blood is green, if I can put it that way.
Okay. Okay. So in other ways, how the PF system works, and if it started with you, then you probably understand it. You understand its plans and everything it's working with. We will get to that, but let's zero in some of the plans that you have. Okay, we said 7 people are wanting to prove a point that they can be a mayor for the city of Ndola, and everyone's keen interest in anyone who is standing as a mayor is, okay, so we choose you as a mayor, then what? So my simple question really is, what are your plans for the city of Ndola before you can even take it, to the parliament and everything else? Just what is the key interest in your people of Ndola? Because I believe these are the people that you are representing. These are the people who you are standing to say, I am for Ndola. So let's break it down by starting to know what your plans are for Ndola.
Okay. Firstly, the problem that Ndola has had is lack of participation in the politics of Ndola, in the governance of Ndola, in the running of the city of Ndola, management of the city of Ndola, by the owners of the city, who are the people of Ndola. Mm-hmm. So, what have I done? Number one, I have come up with a strategy to create a strategic partnership. Number one, with the church. The church is the biggest body. Everyone at least goes to church. And in churches, that's where, we meet all different sorts of, people, different people meet in church. And that's where I want to start from, because there's no segregation. We are one when we are in church. So number one, my strategic partnership is with the church. Number two, the strategic partnership is with the business community of Ndola. Number three, the strategic partnership is with the people, the general populace in Ndola. I'm coming in with an open door policy where the people of Ndola can come in and participate in the running of the council. I want to tell the people of Ndola that Ndola can only be developed by us, the people of Ndola. We are the people that feel it. We are the people that knows the problems that we have in Ndola, and we are the people that have the solutions to what is happening in Ndola. So if I have a strategic partnership with the church, the community, and the business community, Ndola will never be the same again.
Awesome. So your basic way and approach to make Ndola a better place is, first of all, to work with the church and then to work with the people. The question is, you want to work with the church and work with the people. In what's the plan? What's the GD? How do you plan? Okay, like I'm working with you, but the question is how. We want to know the strategy. Because if I say I'm working with Dr. Likuka, everyone wants to know what I'm doing with Dr. Likuka, because that is, then they'll know what I'm doing. So when you put it generally that you're working with the church, that's general. We want to know the strategy. And the reason we're doing this is really simple, because every person we're asking, we want to find out the strategy, and we want to know so that we see when they do come into power, we want to marry that by weighing it. This is what you said, but it is not happening. So you want to work with the church. How do you plan to work with the church? What's the strategy at play? You want to work with the people. How do you want to work with the people? That's the plan that we want to hear. And by the way, the fact that you are a Christian and you are consolidated in the church, this now even becomes a greater opportunity for people to hear what you have to say and weigh it against what you're saying.
Okay. So what I have done is I have come up with a body that I'm calling Ndola Development Trust. So the Ndola Development Trust is going to work like this. It is a body that is going to have representation from all sectors of life here in Ndola. There will be representation from the church. There will be representation from the business community. There will be representation from NGOs. Apparently, I actually did not mention that I'm going to work strategically with a lot of NGOs that we have in the city. We have a lot of NGOs dealing with different aspects. If we are dealing with the girl child programs, we have NGOs that have already started. What they need is the support of the city father, is the warmth from the city father, which I'm going to provide and work with them in that aspect. So now, in this Ndola Development Trust, with the presentation across, cross-cutting across the district, we will have problems. For example, we will say, look at this road. This road is bad. Then we will get those issues and throw them on the table in the development trust, where people with brains, remember Ndola has got people with brains. Apparently, it could be the reason why a number of presidents that have ever been in our country have actually once lived in Ndola. I believe that Ndola has got the brains. Now, with these people, we will now get the problems that we have, throw them on the table, disintegrate them, break them, and come to understand why this problem, what can be done. I am believing that me, when I'm in that office, I'm just a tool. The people of Ndola will use me as a tool to bring development. I am going to bring the problem, because it is the office actually. It is not apparently me as Jones Kaliati, but the office that I'm in. That is where development is supposed to come from. But the people of Ndola, all these people I've mentioned as the strategic partners, haven't had a very clear, a good relationship with this office. That is what I'm bringing to the table. I'm bringing to the table the open door policy, so that the problems that the people are facing in the community will be brought to my attention. Then I'll take it back to the development trust and look at how best we can sort out the matter at hand. That is basically how I'm going to work with the church, the business community, the NGOs, and the general populace.
Okay, so if I understand you well, you are consolidating up a body that you are, and that body is the one that will comprise different people it is representing.
Exactly.
And then through that, there's going to be what you're calling an open door where people can come and bring problems. And it is that body that will try and handle those. Did I get you right? Or I think that.
Okay. No. The idea actually in this, the idea is to involve the owners of the city. The owners of the city are not the mayor, not the councillors, not the MPs.
Yes, sir.
They are just representatives. So the problems that the people are facing, the ones that are facing the problems, the issues, are the people. When they get into the problem, they even have the solutions. So the only thing I'm doing is to bring people together and say, we have these problems. How are we going to solve these problems? So I create a body.
Okay.
That will look at how best we can resolve, the matters. The council in itself, just the council alone, has not resolved a lot of our problems. It is not enough. The problem is better sorted out by the owners of the city. They are the people that will develop the city.
Okay. So now I understand it. So it's people will be free with your open door program that you will open to bring up the problems. And then you will have the representatives who will be handling those problems, bring it on the table, see how we can solve it using the representative that you have chosen as a body to handle that. Is that what you're saying, or did I miss it?
When I bring, let's just put it this way. When I bring that body, I'm going to be the head of that body.
Yes.
And I have my own ideas of how to do it.
Yes, sir.
But what do I want to do? I want to bring the issues on the table,
yes,
so that we do it together with the owners of the city.
Okay.
So I will give them how I think we can, resolve the matters at hand. This member of the body can also say what they think. This one will bring ideas. This one will bring ideas, and at the end of the day, we'll come up with a way to resolve issues. So it will be done in partnership.
Okay.
Partnership between my office, which is becoming mine after the 12th of next month.
I love your confidence.
I mean, it's clear on the wall. It's written on the wall.
It is.
It's in black and white that I'm getting there, and that's why I'm so confident, because I know I'm ready for this. Okay. I'm so ready for this. I've taken up the challenge.
Okay.
For me, when I get there, it's work, and nothing but work.
Okay. So we've been trying to make people understand the relationship between the council and the mayor, and I think you would do a great job to try and explain that to the people, because we know there's a close relation there, but what's the relation, and how does your work then come in play when you talk about working with the council? Where does the council draw the line? Where does the mayor draw the line? How do the two of you work together?
Okay, and first things first. The council is a body of representatives. The people in the demarcations and the areas called wards choose their representative called the councillor. Okay. Here in Ndola, we've got 30 wards. So, meaning that the 30 divisions of the district will have to choose one representative. And right to say that people aspiring there in those offices, there are a number of people aspiring, and I'm saying after the 12th of August, one representative of the people in each ward will be chosen, making the total of 30.
Okay.
Plus me, the mayor, who is going to be their chairman. Basically, the mayor is the chairman of these 30 people that are chosen in the various locations of our district. The mayor oversees the business, the running of the council. The mayor is the chairman. When these people come to resolve issues, to talk about issues, that pertains to the city, the one that chairs those meetings is the mayor, and the secretary in that is the town clerk of the council.
Okay.
So basically, those are that's the duty of the mayor, to oversee the business of the council, to look at to look together with the councillors on the budget, have a look at it, prepare the budget and execute, oversee the operations of the council to make sure that services are delivered to the people, to make policies for the council or for the district, to make laws, to make bylaws within the district. So you realize that the council has got powers to make laws. Okay. We are going to enact laws that are not in existence. There are a number of, the world has evolved. New things have come. We are going to look at laws that will govern us in the district. But good to say that the Local Government Act has got a lot of laws that have been overlooked. And that is my area of interest. One of the reasons that I had to study, I had to study law, because I wanted to understand the interpretation, to have a sound interpretation of the laws in my city. There are a lot of laws that have been overlooked, and perhaps they are not. They seem like they are not, operational. They are not there at all. I want to revive those laws for the betterment of the city.
Okay, we're going to drill in and just look at this Local Government Act concept, and you have said it yourself that there are many things that have been overlooked, and if truly there are things that have been overlooked, as we look at this Local Government Act, do you think that we have done a very good job at working on that? I mean, what really has gone wrong? Because if something is stated that this is how it's supposed to be done, and then things are just not okay, I mean, people get frustrated. I want to believe the Local Government Act is there to help serve the people better. But I'm a great believer. Almost all the people in Ndola complain about the services that they are getting, even though the Local Government Act has been stated clearly to say this is the service that you're supposed to receive. This is what is happening. So what really is the problem?
Firstly, I'm one of those that have seen that things have not been moving, like you've rightly put it. All right. So it is the approach that matters. It is the approach that differs. I have my personal approach that I'm coming in with, that I strongly think will help to make sure that things, for example, you've mentioned the service delivery. When I was a councillor, where I was in Fibobe, in Ndola, in Chifugu, the services, people received the services right at their doorsteps, right in time. Services such as road grading. I made sure that before the onset of rains, the roads are done. I made sure that the drainages are opened up. So with my approach, with my past, because when you're coming into these offices, you have to come with a testimony. I'm coming with a testimony of having done it. And the people have pushed me that, yes, you did it. I'm not just saying I did it. People are also saying, yes, you did it. If you did it, you can did it again,
I love that.
So I'm going to did it again.
You're going to do
this
it
time
again.
around. This time around, it's even going to be when I performed so well, and I love saying performed so well, because people in my former word encouraged me to say, talk about it. We are there to support you. You did it. We worked together, and I involved people. Not that I did it alone. I worked with the people of my ward, and the people were so submissive, such that I am a strong believer that the people of Ndola, what if the people of Fibobe did it? The people of Ndola also did it at that level. They are going to support me. They are going to work with me, because I mean well. I mean to work. I mean good, for the city of Ndola.
Okay. Yes. So this is where now the issue of your plan, I really want you to come in, because you have looked at the Local Government Act and you have seen that things are wrong. And now I'm trying to see if you can zero in a practical manner to say, for a start, the Local Government Act has not done well in this area. This is what I want to do to improve in this area. For example, you talked about the road grading. There are few other things that you yourself have noticed to make this act have life and exist for what it was purposed for, and that the plan is being executed. You said it yourself. There are many things that we have overlooked, and I'm thinking if you have seen it, highlight it, and let's see how you're going to work, because that is the only way that I think you can convince whether me or the audience listening there. For example, I'm sure you've heard people complain about this. So now that they've complained about this, what are you going to do about it? You've heard them complain about this. My plan is to do this. I think when you just talk about having a body and have the representatives come in, it doesn't help much. What will a marketeer understand about a representative? But tell me, I am a marketeer, my toilet is in a mess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is clean it. You know, this is just for people listening out there, and they get it to its roots. The issue here is the Local Government Act, where we are failing and how you plan to improve from those areas.
Okay, let's get it right. Firstly, when we talk about the Local Government Act, it's simply a set of laws that govern the running of the council.
Okay.
Set of the do's and don'ts.
Yes.
Of the city of the city management, do's and don'ts of the city management.
Yes.
That's
and
what
people
the act
live
is.
in the city, right?
Yes, right.
So this is
now,
what is expected from.
Yes. Now listen. My approach now to resolving those issues. Number one, I'm a mindset change activist, and I've been, on record talking about mindset change issues to different, especially the youths, who's so much upon my heart. I talk to youths about mindset change issues. So number one, Ndola needs a leader that is coming in with a changed mindset, talking to the people of Ndola about the need to change the mindset. And apparently, the people of Ndola should know that what Zambia needs, what Ndola needs, is only a change in mindset. We need to change our mindset. Even before we think of changing government, changing this leader and that leader, first we have to change ourselves. Mm-hmm. That is what I'm bringing to the table. That is what I'm bringing to educate ourselves with the people about. I have come up with a document, that in which I've outlined my core priority areas.
Okay.
So that is number one. I'm talking about the mindset change. My mind is so glued to revenue collection aspect of the council. It is only when we correct enough revenue, and when we say the revenue collection aspect, on the revenue collection aspect, I've aligned a number of modern ways of collecting revenue from the people of Ndola. A lot of modern ways, new ways, practical ways, attainable ways of collecting revenue, which has been a very, very, very big issue, with the previous councils and a lot of councils in Zambia. Okay. I have come up with a way to learn from others. Remember, we are in a global village, so we are learning from people as they learn from us. I have learned from other areas I've done because I'm so keen on the aspect of research. I love research. I have highly researched on issues that I'm talking about. So number one, the number two is revenue collection. Number two, when you collect revenue from the people, now you need to give them a service. Now we need to give them a service. What are these services? We are talking about garbage collection in time, on time, and accurately. We need to clean the city. The city has been dirty in a lot of areas. We are coming up with a practical way. I'm going to submit to the council that this is the direction. This is how we are going to run the health department of the council vis-a-vis collection of garbage. I am going to create a direction on how we are going to work with the engineering department of the council to show my council how best we are going to do the grading of the roads in time, how we are going to open up drainages in time, because they will have already paid they will have already done the payments in different aspects. We will have already collected the revenue. Then we give them the services. We are going to abide ourselves to the strategic plan. We come up with a strategic plan. Number one, when I am there, largely people who talk about the council side, there's an aspect of managing the management of the council. So now in that, we are going to sit down with my directors at the council, and directors out there working for council, brace yourself for a practical leader, a pragmatic leader who is coming to work with you, result-oriented with a hands-on approach. Okay, so with the directors of the council, we are going to set goals. Okay, gentlemen, what do we need? We need to do this and this and this and this in this period. How are we going to do it? Then we list how we are going to do it. And we'll be checking ourselves monthly, quarterly, yearly to see how we are performing. We are going to come up with a performance-based kind of, strategic, management. We'll be reviewing on what we are doing. Largely, you receive people here, they will largely talk about the political side. But there's a very, very important side, which is the management side. The management side, the people of Ndola are taking a leader to go and manage the learned people. When you talk of a director of engineering, you'll find that someone has got a degree, a master's in this. They are so learned in their specific fields. The person running the legal department is a full-fledged lawyer. So you are taking a person who can be a synergy between these departments, bring them together and make them work practically.
So does that mean that doesn't exist as we speak?
I don't see it happen.
Okay.
And that's why I've come up with this, so that it can, when it is done, you will see results in Ndola. After 12 of August, you will see results. It will not be an issue of being glued to books. What is written, it will be written on the ground, because roads will be done, drainages will be done, garbage collection will be done. People will have their title deeds in a lot of areas. Rates will be paid by our people, because we are going to create a very simple way of paying. For example, I stay in Chifubu. Long time ago, there was Chifubu council offices, where even Ibambuya in our compounds would easily walk to the council and go, 20 kwacha. She will pay towards the rates. Nabakwata a bill of 100 kwacha, 20 kwacha, she will pay. And that money is accepted. This time around, because all the efforts are concentrated in town, some of our mbuyas in our compounds have not found it easy to go to Ndola City Council and make those payments. So those are some of the ways that we are going to easily collect a revenue from the people, by taking the systems closer to them. That is how it's going to be.
Awesome. If you are there listening, please make sure you subscribe to Gets of Glory in YouTube, and make sure you share your link as everybody are watching. Make sure tell them that Honorable Jones Kaliati is live on a Dream TV Center. And we just want to make sure that you're sending all your comments. Remember, we'll be able to address all those comments at the end of the program. So keep dropping them, keep asking all those questions, and we know that we will be able to address them as clearly as you have asked them. Okay, so Honorable, you praise the Lord. I'm so used. We're going to take a short break, and we will be back in a minute or so.
Kulila Muzambia, tatwatalalwa kwenkondo. Namulifyonse fyatwapitamo, tatulaba. One Zambia, one nation, kumfumulesa.
My Zambia, my identity, if of your love, if of your love. My Zambia, my identity, if of your love, if of your love.
Thank you very much. You are back on the Voice of the Apostles, and we are discussing Think, Pray, and Vote. Why should people vote for Honorable Jones Kaliati? And he has been drilling and exculpating himself on why you should vote for him. He's got a co-plan that he has listed out, which we have been critically looking at, and he's talked about the change of mindset and how he wants the revenue collection now. I want to drill this man because I am not going to spare him today. He really has to exhaust himself. The issue of revenue collection has always been there. But the challenge is it has not, the collection and the money has not been allocated appropriately to what it is supposed to the places where it's supposed to go. And I am very good at giving practical examples. When you walk in public places like maybe the stations, you walk in the places like the markets, they don't have clean environments. They don't have, but that is part of the collection that you are collecting. When you go to the station, I mean, everything is just a mess. The reason I'm asking this is because we want to hear your plan, Elonga Moisaya, because you're very confident. 12 I'm entering, so we want to see the work, and this is what the Honorable said. This is what the Honorable said. So let's zero in this revenue collection and your allocation on some of your priorities on what you would want to look at. Because if we look at the things that Ndola is going through, I don't think that we are really meeting the standard of what a city should be. So as you talk about this revenue collection, what are some of the highlights and some of the places you would want to concentrate on in terms of revenue collection? Like, I would look into this, I would look into this, I would look into this. We've been practical.
Apparently, the fact that Ndola isn't doing too good, that is one of the reasons why I'm coming in to correct the situation.
Okay.
And I'm equal to the task, believe me. Asking about means of revenue collection. Number one, the markets. There is a lot of money that is lying idle in the markets. The collection methods have been so poor. We are going to register our marketeers properly registered, and making sure that computerizing the system where even the person sitting at the office is able to tell that trader so has not been paying the past days. What is the problem? And we will tackle issues, at from that angle. When you go to the bus stations, that is the second point. The bus station. We all know that there is a lot of money in the bus stations, and one of the areas is actually the fact that the station where monies are even being collected, some huge sums of money, being collected, is not even well done. We'll look at the best way to do the bus stations, because that's where we're getting money. It will, when the bus station or the bus stations in Ndola are done properly, maybe starting with the central one, in the CBD, when that station is done properly, everyone will be compelled to pay. Perhaps people are failing to pay, are running away from paying because they are not getting a service. So firstly, we are going to make sure that when we collect monies, the monies go to intended purposes. We are going to give the people a service. When they are given a service, trust me, everyone will be compelled to pay. They will have the pride. They will develop a pride to easily go and make all those payments they do to the council. There are a lot of buses in the city. All those buses they do make payments. The money that goes to council, I am very, very positive that there's been a serious pilferage. The monies, not every money, not every coin, not every way reaches the council. So what are we going to do? We are also going to bring in the modern way of doing it. The modern way of collection from the bus stations. We have 3 major stations in Ndola. We have at Broadway, the other one is at the CBD, the main one. Then we have another one in Masala. We are going to make sure that the monies are collected, improve on the systems, improve computerize. We are in a computer era. We are going to put everything computerized. So it is easy to tell if one bus has not been working. If it has been working, why hasn't this person been paying? It will be easy to see. Those are the model. And the council has got enough brains in all departments to share with us on how best we can improve on this. If the city council doesn't have the people who have the know-how, we are going to take them for courses, refresher courses, so that they can learn how best we can do it. Other countries have done it, we can do it. Other than that, a larger part of Ndola is not titled. A lot of our people do not have title deeds. What does it mean? It means that they do not pay rates. To capture the rates from our people, we are going to give them titles. When we give them titles and put everything on the system, everything will be seen on the system. If someone has not been paying for a long time, it will show that resident this and this has not been paying. Not only that, despite going through a hard time in the business aspect, business has been running in Ndola. The business community needs to be submitting what is supposed to be submitted according to the law. For example, licenses. I go through a lot of shops around the city. You find they've not even bought their licenses for operation. Just this afternoon, I was at Kansensia. I was talking to my colleagues at the booth near Pick and Pay. I found they do not even have trading licenses. Those are the areas where the council gets revenue from. Those are the areas that we are going to keenly look at and come up with the means and ways, modern means and ways of collecting revenue from them. And because we give them a service, people of Ndola will pay. Okay. They have not been paying, perhaps because they are not receiving their services in time.
Awesome. Now, Honorable, you mentioned one important aspect, which is the aspect of having titles when it comes to issues of property. And I cannot leave this without it being talked about. This issue of land and the priorities of who's been given land has been a cry of the people. How it is that other people, priorities being given to wrong people. I gave a practical example where there'll be an advertisement to say this portion of land is available, and you apply for that. And people apply just for formality, but you find that they've already even selected the people who they are going to give that land for. Whatever it is that you applied for was just for formality. And then we've also had incidences where, someone has claimed to have bought a land. Maybe they even have papers, and then 4 people are having that. That is, how do you intend to correct that? Because this for sure has been a system, and it's something we have witnessed, not from the outside. I've had friends have this same land, 4 papers and it's written, it's from the council. This is the council, it came from the 4 papers from one land, 4 different papers, payment showed, everything showed. How in that area are you going to work when you come in as a councillor? What's the right procedure? Because everyone is claiming they paid with the council. Everyone is claiming they have the papers. So what kind of system is this that duplicates papers and gives owners of one land to 4 people?
When I come in on 12th August as your mayor, number one, what I'm going to do is to invite people that have got such cases. Firstly, deal with them so that once we are done with those issues, yes, those issues have been there. I have seen it. Some of the reasons they've given is that some people have gotten land from council. The same area has been given by Ministry of Lands. It means that the 2 departments of government, there hasn't been proper communication. They are not in constant contact concerning where they are issuing land. When I come in, number one, before council gives land, because council is just an agent of Ministry of Lands, will get clearance from ministry. I will always make sure that before council writes any document, for any portion of land, there is clearance that this land has no what is called encumbrances. There is no encumbrance on this land. That's when council is going to give. And in that aspect, there will be no two allocations of one land. Number two, we are going to come up with a proper document, that has got a seal, which cannot be forged. I know that some of the documents that have been flying around the city are forged documents. So we are going to call all those documents. The first time I'm in the office, we call all those documents, we scrutinize them, we deal with them, we finish that issue, and we move on. When I'm there, there will be no double allocations. I'm never going to allow double allocations. Apparently, I am also never going to allow my council to be suspended because of land issues. In the past, councils have been suspended because of
the point. I don't think it really just had to do with the issue of land. It had more to do with malpractices and corruptions on many other bases, not just land, but some other corruptions. People would bribe you for different things. So my question is, how do you intend to handle this corruption? Because this corruption thing is speaking in the council, but it is also speaking in these other systems. And you being a child of God, we want to know how your righteousness is going to speak in this corruption. What is your intent around this issue? I mean, we cannot talk about you being a leader and fail to address the issue of corruption. It's practically impossible. So your voice to my ears, what's your state on that?
Number one, yes, I'm a child of God, and my father God detests corruption. So I am born of him that detests corruption. Number two, the larger part of my political life, I served under Michael Chifyasata, who will always speak against corruption, and would say, I'm allergic to corruption. I'm born of a man politically who was allergic to corruption. I do not condone corruption in the first place. So what am I going to do? Number one, I'm going to go in with a changed mindset to change the corrupt people should just change. Upon me stepping in that office, they should stop being corrupt. The arms of government that deals with corruption are my darlings. Anyone who is found corrupt will be dealt with according to the law. The laws are there to deal with such characters. So when I get into that office, number one, just by virtue of me being there, corruption ends, because I do not condone corruption. So number two, we are going to come up with ways that will make corruption to be very difficult.
And those are the ways I want to know.
So now, what are they? Number one, we are going to, the larger part of the council, the larger part of the operations of the council is not computerized. Mm-hmm. For example, we are going to have a system where if one is given a portion of land, their reg numbers, probably even the face is captured and is entered in the system. The next time they are getting land, it's the same reg number, unless someone goes to do corruption and they get the second NRC. But for as long as they have one NRC, once it is punched into the computer, it will show that this person, and it works in the Ministry of Lands. Okay. With Ministry of Lands, when they just punch in your NRC number, it shows all properties that you own, that you've ever owned, that you've ever passed in your hands. Mm-hmm. So those are some of the means that I'm going to throw to the table.
So where does this discrepancy comes from? Because a council is an agent for the Ministry of Lands, and the mother body, which is the Ministry of Lands, has these records. But then where do the council miss it? Being an agent, it means you are subject to me and you're accountable to me. So then how do you give those 4 title deeds and without me, the mother, knowing that portion you are getting that because you are, according to the way you've described it, that system is there somewhere in the mother body, but the agent, which is the council, it is not there. Is that where the manipulation could have come from?
Trust me, the manipulation. Because what I did when I came up with this my document, which some people are calling manifesto, I had to do a serious research. One of the reasons why it is the case, my selfish interests. So they are the corrupt elements doing this, making the system so unhelpful, difficult to adhere to the end, such that when you are given document, because they are troubling you, they tell you, no, you won't see the land first, you make or payments first, you do this, which things they did not tell you. When it is done like that, they've given another document. My selfish interest yabantu ababomba Ministry of Lands, number one, and I'm not going to apologize on this one, because some of the workers in the Ministry of Lands, I'm able to point my fingers, at them and say, this is what you've been doing. Some of this has been done by workers of the council. Because for example, my good brother, the past mayor or the incumbent mayor, who will be handing over powers to me on the 12th of August.
I like his confidence.
Office, with experience. He had never been a councillor. So what do they do? Council first. It is what would happen if the city of Ndola doesn't get a person in me who has been there. If they get any of these, because amongst them all, 7. Amongst them all, I am the only best candidate because I have been there. I have the know-how. I was a councillor. I understand the way council operates. Not fidabale sabalumendo aisane buku. Afu mineve kuskule wambo kulanda. Fiyafini fuka alemba mwe buku. Ineshe filanda kufukoting a statement, sentence by sentence. Fuka mwe buku. I'm saying these things as they work on the ground. So, in Njishile, na experience having been a councillor, Njena experience having been in politics from the time I was a small boy, I'm coming in with the experience from the desk. Apparently, other than me being a political scientist, I have traveled. I've been trained, for example, by Fred Herbert Stiftung of Germany. I was trained in Germany on these, politics and administration and running of the council. It is something that I understand right very, very well. So even when I enter office, council ni pie. So tabakulantea mingarato if yakobati na filo kugomba wino. And knowing my character, I'm not a pushover. Whatever I'm pushing, you should come with a lot of knowledge, not to anyhow that you push me around. And that's why I'm encouraging the people of Ndola that kuvota muntu ufishibe, not ushifishibe, pan tukarabwela muri fimofine. And I've liked one thing, by the way, from my fellow aspiring candidates. With time, now but time improve their manifestos, because now I've debated with them, I've been on different forums, I've seen on their Facebook pages. Now practical, because largely things that have been learned from me as they debate with me. Kwati ni dongo na sundu vemine bafuma vya kuskula kifyale mbwaso eno baba isa umfa kuli Kalyati uafishwa because ali ingiramo mulia kuli Kalyati uafishwa because badi musamisha because ali berenga. So ama laws are palati, the Land Alienation Act. This is an act that talks about how land is supposed to be given to people. Nari berenga, nari ishwa wino, nari understand. I'm going to abide myself to reach such that nanguna chite into I am going to give land. Firstly, number one is to give equal opportunity to you, the people of Ndola. Try to apply. I will look at it. We are going to put it on a leveled ground for everyone to participate. Much more so in Ngowa Patriotic Front. Our manifesto this manifesto, the PF manifesto, as prescribed how we are going to handle land matters. We want to empower our women with land. 50% of the land, plots 50% we give to the women. 20% we give by youth. 30% by women
So
that is what.
let me just talk about this PF manifesto. Is this a new manifesto, or is this just something we want to implement now? And if you tell me it has always been there, then why have we not seen it happen all this time? Why now?
That's why now you have someone coming in, the person that knows how to do it. This one, politically, this is my Bible.
Yes,
politically this, and when you read there, it says 2021 to 2026 manifesto.
So it's a new one.
It's a new one.
Okay.
The one we had from the last 5 years, it was different.
Okay.
And it had a different approach.
Okay.
Now with this approach,
which
I have read so well, I'm going to abide myself to this. And if it is done, because this book has been accepted by a lot of people around. And if in this place, if we don't have this book, I'll leave one so that you read, so that even when I'm in office, page 26. That is how I'm going to, because I'm using this to say, this is what I have from my political party, and I'm going to abide by the Local Government Act. I'm going to abide by the Land Alienation Act, and all those.
Okay. We have a few dying minutes right now. I want to ask one critical question, because we can't leave this empty. Honorable, how do you plan to work with the church? How's your relationship going to be with the church? That one is very, very important. We want to know.
Okay. People of Ndola, in our church, I have a very good relationship with the church. So, mostly, I'm actually checked by the people of the church, the people within the church, the members of the church, and the leaders of the church, meaning the bishops, the pastors. I have a very good relationship with them. Even when I started from day one, boom, in my aspirations, I have been planning and strategizing and thinking and consulting with the church, with the people of the church. So, a strategy in day sana yoini, if you feel bashma people won't sing mlengumfwa, fidafine mi pusha, fidafine insta submit kulima, because one thing we should know, it is not for you pastors to submit before a politician. And it politicians are never and should never be treated as above the clergy. Bashima people, when I'm in office, ngamwaisa ngomwana awo nisatwakula mfwana inende fo amwaisa ngaba fiashi, so that oponde pondufyenye you get a spiritual whip, and you whip me some and control me. Spare a rod and spoil a child. Inendi mwana wenu ngamwachita spare a spiritual rod to guide me in my morals, to guide me in my operations, to guide me mufyo ndechita ngamiletela fienson. Antu inendi mwana wenu. So if you really want the seat to move forward, wino ne mwana wenu na ingira mulia chen tubombele pamo. The same way I've worked with you, because today tampa ngana ingira mu office pa 12 August. I've been working with you, and a lot of the clergymen here in Ndola, you know me as your son. Apparently, one thing I've done, despite being a registered member of the New Life Christian Center here in Ndola, I have, even when I'm not aspiring, panto tuchitaba politician, idinga tule chita aspire, ero mbatombo kula shunguru kama chechi lomo tatuya. Ine nakalefye mtatandala. Nero ndei kala kuchifumu ngana limonshwa tefe na transport yako ya ku New Life. Mwalansanga ndipa Pentecostal Assemblies muchifumu. Mwalansanga ndipa Vineyard mupamoze. I have been going around churches because I wanted to create, as if I knew that one day I'll need you. So if now I want you. Now come and work with me so that we do it for the city. No one is going to clean the city for you. No one is going to develop the city for you. Equally, you businessmen, I have done a lot of business with you people. I have bought in your shops. It's time now you realize that you need to pay back through paying rates, through doing what is called kalaka payment at shankara bapelako corporate social responsibility. We will be coming to your we'll be knocking on your doors. Apparently, I will also work with ZRA. In my studies ya business, na liberengera ati corporate social responsibility, pakuchita submit ku ZRA ya returns, pakuchita submit of mwabombele mwakanga wapwa. There is that aspect of the corporate social responsibility. Tatulefwa muleve party yo twalise wo musebo ku kwa chipulukusu, but nishtamwaile nokuyako. I want it practical, and I'm going to consult with ZRA to pay certificate ya corporate social responsibility to ZRA to qualify your accounts. If you put in the money that was not done without a certificate ya council, ni stafiariko.
Also, in our dying minutes, Honorable, we would like you to just tell us a little bit on what your take is when it comes to the issue of integrity. I think you've been listening on how we as the church are very much advocating for God's agenda to make sure that the people whom we are pushing into power understand the mindset of God. You cannot understand the mindset of God unless the issue of integrity is one of the virtues. So what is your take when it comes to the issue of integrity?
My levels of integrity are very, very high.
Okay.
And they have not been compromised the time immemorial. I have spent a greater part of my life building on my name. I have built a name this far. There's been a lot has been done to build it. I am not going to spoil myself on levels of on issues of integrity. My integrity levels are very high, and I intend to grow them very, very high. That is why I have a good relationship, for example, with the clergy, because the clergy have always pumps morals in me, always talks about integrity. Whichever church I've gone to, with morals and integrity, and that's where they come in largely. I have been trusted with small things. Here in Ndola, I've worked with businessmen whose businesses I've run as the head of their businesses. When you consult with them, my integrity levels have been very high. I was trusted with leadership as a counselor. Now, Fumako Naka Pamkoshkare Moneka with my shoulders high like that, because my levels of integrity have been so good. I have chosen right friends, by the way. I have chosen right friends. Not ever to compromise integrity and no. Ngana mona to you munandi tawe me namubika kuwaya. So even you people of Ndola, when you come to help me to run the city, come with high levels of integrity, because ngama isafe compromised in kumubika kuisa kuwaya. I don't believe mukuchite fintu and disorderly. I'm a person who akwata uchite fintu with order. And hey, my steps are ordered of the Lord, you know. I'm the righteous of the Lord. My steps, I always make sure. I always try, I always endeavor, I always persevere to do it in such a right way. But I know to fear, that is why I am leaning on the shoulders of the clergy, on the shoulders of the ecclesia, the church, that I create a serious synergy with them. I create a serious strategic partnership with them as we take the city of Ndola forward. What am I saying? I'm saying that Mweben and Ndola, on levels of integrity, you can trust on me. You can check my past record. It speaks for me. I come with a testimony on the issue of integrity.
Okay, so you have a few minutes now to speak to the people out there, whatever it is you want to tell them. The church, the people outside, and the young and the old. This is your time. I will not interrupt you. I want you to just speak to the city of Ndola, the people watching you right now. Imagine this is your last speech you're about to give before you die. And people are listening that this is the dying minutes of Mr. Kalyati. So just throw it out there. And then after that, then we will go straight and begin to answer the questions that people are throwing. So I'm going to give you some, how many minutes? 5? Just to break it down from the alpha to the omega, Jones Kaliati, why everything, just consolidate everything, and let's look it up from there. Then I will throw the questions and the comments that people are throwing out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Mwewe Ndola. Me as a young man, I have been brought in by the Patriotic Front, and I'm very grateful to my party. I'm a blend. I blend between the young generation as well as the older generation. I'm in between. I easily understand. I understand very well issues that pertains to the youth, issues that pertains to to our elders in the city. That's how I come in. You can trust me on this. Give me a chance to be your leader, because number one, I have the know-how. I have the experience. Our past leaders do go in these offices doing it the first time. I'm not doing it the first time. I have been there. I know where to start from. When I go in, I know where to start from. I know who to ask for this. I know who to ask for a grader to come to your area. I know who to ask for a shovel to come and do your drainage. I know who to ask for to prepare your title deed. All those things are on my fingertips. You can trust me because I have proved that I'm a pragmatic leader. You can trust me because I have proved to the city of Ndola that I'm a true son, a beloved son of the city who has the morals, right morals. I have proved to the city of Ndola, having been a manager in managing people's businesses, that I can manage the council. Monen, ninkwata ba munyina lobo tuminena upali aba 7. Ba monga bwabo mfwa. Pale mfika fati awo yumwano yumwaichi. Mukanso mwali baba fyashi besu bambi bali na 60 years bachili bale bomba. Ero mwaya bulo omuntu uli childish. To say kabye running a council e ukaba boss abali abanko bali na 60 years. You can never do that. You need a person who understands administration. That's me. You need the person who has the know-how. That's me. You need the person who has the right education. Because moneni mwaya bulo omuntu ushkwete na masambilo yako bati ala umfa. The moment ngoleo ndana lawyer ngamba fyo kubika mwama legal terms nish akusta dribble. You are you have a person who has the right level of education. The right level of education iyakwe bati lawyer takandribble na terms yakwe. Accountant takandribble, economist andribble, and all departments, they will not dribble me because I have an understanding. I come here, you the people from the church, it's time we took the bull, we held the bull by the horns. It's time to take the people who believe, the people who have the conscience of the Lord, the people who have got the antennas, abantu abamutina lesa, to be in those offices. Tech tole ero futi tech pante irefa kati pantu uyu muntu alanda fye wino aumfika tindachitane fi Here I am. You've trained me as a city. I'm inendi mwana wa pamushi whose education, upbringing and everything has been done by all of you. Chamuntu alikuatamo touch in what I am today. Let that touch work for you. Don't look elsewhere. But then, why then me? Apart from just having the know-how, I have come up with a plan. In here, I have got points that I'm going to mark myself against. When I talk about garbage collection, actually, because the Bible says, write your dreams, I have written my dream. I am going to stick my dream on the wall, and I'll be marking myself against that. As you, the people of the church, are marking me and are checking on me. If you don't check on me, to Alaluba. If you don't rule and run and govern and manage the city, to Alaluba, the city of Ndola, who've been in wrong hands. Here I am. Look at me. I have the experience. I will do it for you. Largely, abantu besu, abaleisa, abama candidates. You find one, but inenda na isanka chitefi. They forget that council yalikuwa management. Yalikuwa for ibomba. They don't even know how council operates, what are the responsibilities of the town clerk. Sometimes ingawaisa pamila basala ikuno so. you find bambo kulanda tinkachitevi if you the central government if you share muri local government ba council date ba fichite everybody some kulanda tino from kachita local government has got laws here kwata ama do's and don'ts umwa kubombera. Let's not take umuntu bantu alanda vechintu chamiseke shafita chiriko nokubako, and I'm very happy these candidates nomba na bambo kulanda my language they've copied they have copied my language because balela ndefya mu book direct copied umuntu alirembafye bakopa ine ndera ndofo namona ndera ndofo na experience ndera ndofo na chitapo ndera ndofo nkasta because it is attainable, it is manageable, it is within the jurisdiction of my office, my powers. That's what I'm talking about.
Well,
but maybe let me also mention that in my coming as the mayor, I'm coming in with a theme which is themed embarking on the new transformation of the new Ndola. Ndola has gone down. We are going to start afresh with you, all of us together. Twala Tampa from number one. I'm a buildings there in town. My businesses in town. When I'm in office, I want your buildings painted. I am not forcing. We are going to work together. I thank you.
Awesome. Well, you have heard it for yourself, and that was Honorable Jones Kaliati, who has given his manifesto, his plans for the city of Ndola as we go to the 12th of August. So you make sure that you make the right decision. Remember, the reason we are doing this on the Voice of the Apostles on a program called Think, Pray, and Vote is because we want you to see though. We want you to look at all the candidates, and we've been very fair. We're giving an equal opportunity to everyone to just throw it out there. The rest is up to you. Go and pray, and then let the Lord lead you to the right person the Lord wants you. But the man has proposed and he has laid it all out, and he is saying that he is the right candidate for the 12th of August. So make sure when that day draws closer, you are there and you are pushing it and voting it for the right candidate. Now we get into the questions, and let's see what kind of questions that we have from the people who have been watching us. Praise the Lord. Do I even know how to Vilenga Mbemba Ekupesha? Ati?
Navalipo, it was supposed to be Navalipo Valitulaya Ifilayo.
So what's your take over that one? Honorable. Okay, I think let's take 3 questions and then you can be answering. So the first one is, so in other ways, even the people who were there, they told us the same thing. So what is so different about you? The next one, Kalyati, Kalyati muleverenga kwa chibemba mungafweni kopi. I'm not very good.
Kalyati ngabu kabwalala muri bakada mukachitapo shani. Kalyati ngabu kabwalala muri bakada mukachitapo shani. Elo ba PF na ba UPND mwachila violence. You have made politics dirty and like 1,000 ways to die.
Okay.
Okay, so wakabwalala.
Okay. Please address the issue of tribalism. Ndola is a metropolitan city. That means we have every tribe represented. Lately, Bakambwili has been busy speaking tribal hate remarks. What's your take? Seriously. Okay.
Tribal remarks.
Yes.
Okay. At Hisman J, my brother, I love your love for the city, your patriotism levels.
Yeah.
I love them. I have seen you. I see how you engage us. I really want to know you. I'm checking on how I'm doing this. I invite you, Hisman J. Hisman. I'm loving you. I'm developing this love for you, my brother.
I think before you answer your questions, let's even throw it there. For all the regular listeners of this program, we're going to find a way of appreciating you And so far, I think Hisman has done a great job. But please make sure you call in other people as well. We'll be monitoring the people who have followed us all the way from the time the program started to the program, the time will end. And Hisman so far has been doing a good job, but make sure you lock in your people and make sure they also climb aboard. I didn't mean to disturb you, Honorable. Please go right ahead.
No, the man deserves, those remarks. My brother wa Hisman, kabwalala kumtwala ku police. Kabwalala abamkwatira fye okwakuba ni bakoti. Anyway, for those kabwalala zoka who are coming to steal in my field, when I'm mayor, Ndola will be my field. Firstly, pakuya mkuiva, the Bible says if you want to steal in a strong man's house, kumkakila. So firstly, they will need you kumkaka for them to steal. I'm going to stop the issues of stealing forthwith. What am I going to do? Vane, mwewe ne bandura ni mwewe. Nga mwasanga po tafia, nangu nifeni planning tayendele bwino. Nga mwamona land tafile moneka bwino. I'm going to go in with the open door policy. Come through. I'm going to open up a medium of exchange for ideas. You just let me know ati ukuna kwingila bakabwala nga nimpanga bale iba ati bale ibe mpanga. Nga nimpia bale iba mu station she intended to go to the council. You tell me. But Hisman, there's one thing about me. I have led a very clear. I'm a cadre, by the way. Because I'm a cadre, I'm a professional cadre. Inenkwati wasambia political science, but to fundilat. A cadre is a card-carrying member of a particular political party or particular organization. Or a cadre is an organizing member of a particular organization. And I'm one. If you mumfa nangunibaka teka today imbati atilungu ni kada wa makada. Mwana wasani kada wa makada. Because it's number one kada. Now, wukada wishileko. I'm gonna deal with them. Face on, I'll face head on now. They are not going to spoil my hard-earned reputation and name. I'm letting them forgo, but then they disturb me. Ngabeba impanga, mubebe kwati Kalyati alesa mukupele impanga with an equal opportunity to everyone. They are also Zambians. They deserve ukupela land. We'll give them, not them ukulapela, not them ukuchitefia ufufuntung. And nachapa kulanda for naikala. I have led Ukada Wandi so clean. You will not find that Kalyati apali chitefina landi, ali chitefina MPH, isha council ali chitefina. No. You will never find that. So it will be very easy for me to be my own person. My own man. I'm going to be my own man. I'm not going to be put that we are not going to do that. That is how I'm going to deal with Makau. And I will report them to the police. And the police will be my darlings. Report to police and corruption. I will report to them. If you citizens are not doing that, I'll do it for you as your leader. Violence. Hey, I'm a peace-loving Zambian. I'm a peace-loving Zambian. I'm going to rule the council with love. My leadership has been that of love. I share a lot of love. So there's no violence, and anyone who is violent, I talk to them. The wrong side of violence, and I give them examples. You get hurt because of the violence. Let's run away from violence. Tribal remarks. Oh, by the way, me, I'm born of Bamayoba Diniba Helen Mulenga Kalumba Ababemba. But daddy Diniba Simon Banda Kalyati from the east. So already, how am I going to attack my fellow Zambian because they are Fumine Ukunanguku? No, I'm not gonna do that. And in my family, as a family. Some of my relatives are Lozis. Some of my relatives are Tongas. Some of my relatives are Mbundas from all walks of, because of intermarriage in a family from different tribes. And by the way, I never Nando won't start Javanand. Won't say, I shishi wepo no akumie sunga wali flap. I think you will find Molozi, Mutonga, Mulamba, Nikaonde. Those are my friends. Those are the ones that I have. So tribal remarks are never there. As the question that was the first one, at Nava Tulaya, a leader gives hope. A leader has a vision. I'm telling you a vision. Ngabale milaya, and I'm giving you my vision. All I'm saying is, take me to the mountaintop and I show you where I want to take you as Ndola people. That's all I want. By voting for me, you are taking me to the mountaintop. So that that's where we're going.
Okay. We move to the next three. Very well, sir. I support your vision and you have my vote. God bless you. God bless you. So lead us with the fear of the Lord. Okay, that's a compliment. The next one, honorable. What's your take on those shops that are being elected in Pamozi? my Pamozi now. That's a resident area. When it comes to when was it converted to commercial, and how did those people get those plots? And okay, the next one is secondly, the council has been charging service fee on land, but there is no service for instant water and sewerage. Mitengo has boreholes. So in short, the council has been stealing from the people.
Okay.
And the last one is talking about the council being suspended. You have been a councillor before, and you what's that?
Your tenure.
Your tenure gives us an achieve what you have achieved, and why were you not adopted for readopted again for the site?
Okay. Number one, I was not readopted. Such that that was in 20, because I was a councillor between 2006 and 2011. Ngamapitako kufiwobe mukayeyipusha. Fiwobe yambila ngamlea kuchifubu, pachifubu secondary pala pene mpum ukuya ku market konse kulia and the surrounding areas na libombesha. And the people of Chifubu bambo kula mpampa mwechimwela. Awe na ubombesha. Nombo lefo ikapalibu MP. And you have the education, you have the know-how, you have the all that it takes to be an MP. So what I did Bakalamba, I aspired to be an MP. To aiminiena wa maiwana kawandami. Then each panchasa senda wa maiwana kawandami. Nedidi never ngambi baba sendele. A man who worked so hard in Chifubu and hey, he did good works. Na bebe ne to aiminiena bo. Elo ba nshile each panchasa ndombat. Kalyati, since you were walexta aspire Ndola bombesha. Ba campaign manager wabangambi. Muchifubu 2016 na ali campaign manager wabangambi. Nene wali boss wabo kubashungulusha mo kubashitisha mpaka bawina. So I was not readopted because I wanted to go pamulo. Echalengere. Service charge. This one, no, I am coming in and it will be different. Me, when we give plots, what my plans are that before we even do anything, at least they should be utuma roads by Sula. Utunshila bagredam. Nishna tula, and the plan should be submitted to Kafubu Water and Sewerage. The plan should be submitted to ZESCO so that what's the plan on how they would want to put amapozo kuyakulia, on how they want to lay pipes yamensh. And I'm very thankful to the Patriotic Front government. Ama pipes yamensh now with the coming in of Kaflafta water dam, there will be too much water. If you go to Mitengo badi ladika kalema pipes, if you go to Ndola Mayoral ladika kalema pipes, that is what I want. So ukula mudia tafia kashupe, since Ndola is growing towards Kito and towards Mufria and towards Luansha, Muli Shinchende, it will be very easy to get water from there and plan kutwala kulema plots. Even Kubwana Mkubwa area, you realize that the water tank has been erected on the mountains, Kubwana Mkubwa, which will give us a lot of water for Ndeke and the surrounding areas. So Kudakuside, even when council means to plan, we will plan also for the aspect of water, the aspect of Bazesco, those services. I want them come to reality, unless otherwise. There is one thorn issue. Ama plots ya pamozi. Ya fifila mkola nangu fende pitando mfwenchi mtima chakalipa. Unfortunately, I won't speak much The residents of Pamosi have done a good thing. They have gone to court. They have gone to court. The matter is in court because minute number, it says there be a creation of commercial plots at Pamosi market. And that is not a market. Pamosi market yabakuntanshi bali bikapo ntuma shops utwanyu limbe tukapusuka. I am waiting for the right judgment, and I know the right judgment. That's why even council would have broken those shops. Ngabari toba. Because even by council, even the town clerk, when I discussed with the town clerk, because I went to confront him, in first thing I confront these officers, I confront them even now. I went there to confront him. What he has held them aback is the fact that it is in court. You cannot go there when the matter is in court. I'm praying that court, even those people who got plots from there, be careful. Panga sense not people to people to wrong. You will cry one day. I'm not supporting such development. My development, by the way, I want to mention that I'm doing an online course on city planning. I don't want planning here wrong. Ndola is one of the best planned towns, the old Ndola. So I'm deliberately, studying for a course, doing a course in city planning. So I can take my ideas. But even when I'm talking to a planner, and even when the planner is talking to me, I feel careful. And to understand. And like the situation was where a mayor, city, planning. The other question was that councillor, my brother, particularly in my ward, roads were done on time, drainages were done on time. The people had the warmth of their leader called the councillor in Jones Kaliati. Yonse na leba na abantu bandi. Tuwale bomba nabo. Garbage collection tuwale chitabonse. Limoli tuwale bomfene finyotoka fya kanswa tibese bakuse. Because abe nefya pamayanda inganda pata pali buino. Chen tubombele pamo, tuwabombela pamo, tuwaipika no kuipika tuwalila na pamo. That was my approach. It is the hands-on approach. That's how I did. But when we were as a council, some of the things we did, we found the council na machinery, miotoka, council qualified officers. When we came in, the person that was the director legal in the council was a person who did not even, who was only an officer in those offices. That's something okay. We started employing abantu qualified, more accounts to qualified, more legal to qualified. We had the town clerk, Mayoral, Bachait Nandampande, who was well qualified. We gave her qualified the staff and we worked very well. We bought machinery, we bought vehicles. Apparently, my council, it is the only council in the history of Zambia, shares. We bought shares, Kuzanako. Muzanako twalikuwa tama shares, council ya kwa tama. Until another council that came, shares, mkoya tishilenda lama bashibonfieko. As a council. So we did so well as a council. The 2006 to 2011 Ndola City Council is a darling. Actually, because of these people we promoted and educated, we educated a lot of our officers at the council. Ama town clerks, towns. And when you go to Lusaka, the person who's a town clerk, even today, came from Ndola. He was director administration. The person who is the town clerk in Chinsari came from Ndola. He was deputy director engineering. The person who is director, who's town clerk, Mufulira, the person who's director, town clerk, Karulushi, the person who is Kumumbwa, so many to mention. We built them. We found the before we started sponsoring them into education so that they up their their education levels and they have qualified into this. These were ideas from us as a council.
Okay, so there's another one. I'm glad to mention to you that I contributed to the people of Pamosi to go to court. So that's just a compliment. Then, especially in Kabushi and Old Mushiri Township, it has been long, people still using pit latrines, toilets. So what will be your plan to these townships, or will be possible to make a sewer line for them? Or will it, I think they missed the it. Will it be possible for for a sewer line to be made for them.
Okay. So,
And I think there was a last one that said, no. Okay.
okay, so Mr. Kango, thank you very much that you are part of those going to those that have gone to court. Please put your facts right. Let's stop the road. Padanga tuwakontolola filata fyakabwekerepo nama councillors ndei sana abo mkanso bonka kwato mule mpera mwebe na Ndola. They will be very careful because bakulatina to plan like that. Because trust me, kulakwina mkonfoba kalila. I'm supporting you, I'm with you. I may not be on paper to the say, and I am part of the people that have gone to court, but I'm with you. I am not supporting that. They are sitting, you go to my Facebook page, just go to Jones Kaliati. If you want my number, I'll give it to you. If the laws, I'll research. If the laws will allow me, will permit me, will accept that I can be part of the sitting court, because I'm standing with the people of Ndola and not standing with the council on this matter, or whoever gave those, or however they gave, I don't support it. So I'll stand with you, Kango, and your group.
Awesome. The issue of pit latrines.
The issue of pit latrines. That's why you need to take back the Patriotic Front into government. What has the Patriotic Front government started? It has started. Wow. Thank you. That is my line. And apparently my line has always been an open book. It's good that it's there. Copy that number. Get in touch with me. That number is also on WhatsApp. Tumilenfeka WhatsApp. Engage me. Do's and don'ts in the pakalafi. So that number is my original number. Aba isho bala miwati number yandi. Inena mfeni pashok pa miandi. Aba mfibandi wale kano kupela wantu number. Na ishile kula light box. Epo na ilemba. So that anyone is able to pick my number and go. I'm the people's leader. I'm the original. If you remember, I want to advertise that chite wabantu, candidate wabantu. I'm the original umuntu wabantu ine. So get that number and get in touch with me. So I'm a pit latrine. There is already a program. Firstly, wakafu water and storage. I do it now. For me, it's the now, not just the tomorrow. Tomorrow will just smoothen my doing things. Ichikawa makonga mampanga meya pa 12 August. Nombanga kwata office yonkarandira. Apanda ndafenga kamwana kamubemba no mungoni akakakata. Nganafika mu office ngakana kokafuma kwisa. But when you take me into that office, I will have the authority. I'll be speaking from the authority point of view. Niba meya no mbaba isa. Ama offices yonse yakula ishibanogeshwa. They will sit up and get to work. Ni sharp if. But so I'm a pit latrine bakafu water banjebelati. There is already a program. It has been either it has been funded or they are awaiting funding. Nobody ne mwalamu na munche ndeshale kana. I am not too sure with that area of mentioned Odi Mushiri ngepoidi. But ichakumwenako ubuteko bwa PF na butam na wamba programu ebalambo kubika ama sewer lines munche ndeshale kana. I will find out for you. Get in touch with me on that number or on my Facebook page. Inka push exactly what plans are there for what that has already been done. If it is not there, let's get in touch. Let's share ideas and come up with ways and means and people. Because being a political scientist, it means I'm a lobbyist. The church will pay back. The church will do it for us. And the business community will help us. And the international community will go to the international world and ask that and they will help us. It will be done. We'll have something to point at when it is done. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That was on. Thank you very much. That was Honorable Jones Kaliati aspiring for the mayoral office. I'm sure you have heard loud and clear. Thank you for all the people that joined us. We want to appreciate you. And please remember that we are doing this so that people can think, pray, and vote for the right candidates so that we make Zambia a better nation for ourselves. And remember, we are still going every Monday and Thursday. So Monday, again, we are having another sparring mayor who will be doing the similar thing that Honorable Jones Kaliati has done. And I just want to thank everyone. This Sunday, it's yet another big event that we had. Last week, on Saturday, we had a town hall meeting for the aspiring mayor. This is where we had Honorable Jones Kaliati, Wilson Kango, and all the other aspiring. We brought them together. Except time could not allow us, so they couldn't explain themselves a lot. That's why we are doing this program now. We want to push them and see if they can explain it. So this Sunday at 14:30 hours, we all need to be seated at Gates of Glory in Ndeke. Now, Gates of Glory is when you turn to Ndeke, where the rail is. You'll find a big white tent. It can never be missed. When you just look to your right? You see a white big tent there. That's where we are meeting with the parliamentarians, the people who are standing as MPs. We have different people who will be coming there to bring a similar manifesto that we had with the mayoral. So please, we are advising the clergy, because we want to build a relationship between the people in power and the church. So this becomes an opportunity. If you are running a church, come and have a dialogue with these people who want to stand in power. You can ask them mature questions, and we want to just establish that relationship. So 14:30, 100 hours, make sure you are seated, and we are come masked up. We are following all the procedures that have been given to make sure that everyone is safe in that place. It's fumigated, and just make sure that you be part of this. If you are not going to join us, then make sure you tune in on the YouTube Get of Glory channel. That's where you'll be watching us from live. You are still free to write some questions here and there, and then we will be good to answer them during the time when we are doing the same program. This has been your host, Prophetess Trish, the voice of nations. And Honorable, I want to say thank you for finding time. I know it's been busy, hectic, but I want to appreciate you and say thank you for having made it at Dream Center TV. Was there at Dream Center TV, and we hope to be having more of these programs even after the 12th of August. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dream TV. I'm loving this. This has never been done before. Yeah. What you're doing is so good, and we will continue. I will use this medium to communicate to the people of Ndola what will be happening in the office of the mayor, as well as in the city council. Indeed, we need to think, we need to pray, and we need to vote. Especially if we have mchechi, let's do it. I have talked to you, engage me, I've given you the number. My WhatsApp details are just Jones Kaliati. Get there, like my page, friends and supporters of Jones Kaliati, and let us interact. We'll continue interacting, not just in this period, the campaigns and elections, but even after, when I am your mayor. See you then when I'm your mayor. I love you people of Ndola.
Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. Someone just looked in a question at the last minute, and we don't want to look like we've overlooked them. There is just one last question that has come, and I think we would not be fair if we don't attend to that. And the last question was, what if you don't win? Okay. After all this that you have put up, what happens if the leader said, no, you will not go through? Then what?
I would have wanted to know even the person that has asked.
No.
Okay. The right question was, what if we win? Then you expect a lot of work, serious work.
No, the question was, what if you don't win?
I've gotten it. I'm just saying it the right way it should have come.
Okay.
What if we win? What if I win? Then I was going to say, expect a lot of work from me. Expect what I'm saying to be achieved. Expect a different Ndola, a new start, embarking on a new start for the new Ndola. That would have been my answer.
Okay.
But if I don't win, all these ideas, just like I have taught, they have learned from me. I have aspire 9 to 7. Nabasambira kulini. Ngachakutirawo mwasala. The same way, don't tell me what in India offices ukuyamkuba shupa, nkalaba shupa. I'll push them to make sure that my interest is the city of Ndola. My interest is Zambia. I'm very patriotic. So I will work with the person that you choose. But be careful, choose me so that they work with me. I want to, most of these people that are aspiring with me are young men. I want to train. The party, the PF has helped me. I want to help this. I like their ambitious levels. They need to be trained so that next time when they come, I would have encouraged them to be counselors. That's where we started from. I would have encouraged them. It would have helped. I need these gentlemen. They are awesome gentlemen. I've got Kango. I've got Kapembwa. I've got Umbingana Mulumbula. I've got Wangesa. I need these gentlemen to run the city with.
Well, there you have it. That was the voice of the apostles, and we had Honorable Jones Kaliati throwing us to the max. So please make sure you join us next week on Monday when we have another aspiring mayor. And remember to join us on Sunday at 1400 hours at Gates of Glory. Make sure all roads lead there as we have a town hall meeting with the parliamentarians who are aspiring as MPs. And now I sign out, and have yourself a pleasant evening. Good night.
Kulila Muzambia, tatwatala lwa kwenkondo. Namulifyo nse twapitamo, tatulaba. One Zambia, one nation, kumfumuleza.